What up, everybody? It's John Escudero. I'm here with Caesar, and this is the WWE Raw Rewind presented by Dirt Sheet Radio and our slew of sponsors, including NordVPN, comicbookclick.com, monk.com, promo code DSR10, all of that stuff. I'm here with my boy Caesar, and we're going to break down WWE Raw tonight. Caesar, say what up.
How's it going, everybody? Good to see you as always on the Monday Night Special known as DSR Dirt Sheet Radio. Let's get into it.
All right, man. Let's get into that main event. Well, as we always do. Chad Gable taken down by Uncle Howdy, a.k.a. Bo Dallas. I thought Bo looked great, but I only got to see half the match because if you get the logo there from that screenshot up in the top left corner, TNT Sports, I got half the match taken away from me by TNT Sports because they have queued up a Drew McIntyre and Sheamus 20-minute episode of them just going throughout their career and talking to each other about it because they're friends.
What?
And they played it 5 minutes before the fucking show finished, along with ads. Like it played too soon. So by the time they fixed it, I was already checking out the end of the match. But what I did see was really good. Uncle Howdy and Chad Gable. Chad went out there. He was bumping his ass off, selling his ass off. Uncle, that finish, the Sister Abigail, just beautiful, particularly because of Chad Gable. Gable is the man. He carried the shit out of this match. Not that there was anything wrong with Uncle Howdy, but just Chad Gable was working his ass off here. What did you think of this main event?
Honestly, it's like, I can't remember if it was like Mac or it was like one of you guys that said it, that it's good that it's not all supernatural kind of stuff. It's actually, here's Uncle Howdy. He's going to throw down for 10-15 minutes, which was good to see. In regards to the match, Chad did carry it for a little while. He did put Uncle Howdy through a little bit of hell, a couple of table spots here and there. And eventually, of course, the shenanigans started where Ivy Nile pops out of nowhere, distracts the referee for a little bit. Then, of course, the Creeds show up, throw hands, and then, lo and behold, the lights cut out, and guess who shows up? The Wyatt Six, and start throwing hands and decimate the Creeds. So, all in all, I'd say they shifted it pretty good and took a lot of bumps. The table didn't break, though. I don't know if you saw that part.
I did. But you know what? I think that's on purpose. Sometimes I don't think they want it to break all the time. For a while now, they've had these really stern tables because I guess you get the trope is that you're gonna go through the announce table, right? So that means the announce table must be paper thin. But I guess they want to create the image that it's actually really hard. So when somebody actually does go through it, it's like, whoa. Well, it's been a lot of. It's gonna take a few more years of conditioning before the next generation feels that way. But
there goes their spine.
right. There goes their ass.
Did you see the spot that happened with Eric Rowan, where Ivy Nile tried actually attacking him? That was funny as hell.
I missed that.
Basically, what happened was he was attacking Julius. And then Ivy Nile flew out of nowhere, jumped off the table, and landed on Eric's back. And he looked over his shoulder kind of and was like, what the hell do you want? And then he kept following Julius into the crowd and just kept attacking him without paying attention to Ivy. So that was gold.
Thank you, TNT Sports, for screwing me out of that golden moment. But
he's in charge of DSR and you screw him over. Come on, guys.
Anyway. Chad Gable's so good. I want this to be done. I want him to be done with Bo Dallas and Uncle Howdy. I want him to move on to something he can win in. Like maybe
championships.
He's not in any of the Intercontinental Championship matches for the tournament, so I think he's out of the title picture. I don't think he'd be going for the tag titles because that's what the Creed Bros are for. That's what I'm
talking about. He would be there, but they would go for the tag belts. Like he'd be like the distraction and stuff like that to help them kind of thing.
That's certainly better than what they're doing. Well, for them, anyway, as characters, coming off of this, they're going to need some wins so they can still look like threats. I hope that's what we do.
Well, Bash at Berlin's coming out this weekend, so maybe afterwards we'll see how the stories change.
For sure. We'll definitely get a reboot next week. But I'm looking forward to Bash at Berlin.
Oh, I
Coming
am
off
too.
of this show, this Go Home Raw. What about you, Caesar?
I'm looking forward to it. I'm not too keen on some of the matches. Like, I'm definitely excited for the 2 main title matches for Bash at Berlin, or Bash in Berlin, whatever it's called. Only 5 matches, I think. Hey, 5, 4?
Possibly. That sounds just like a Triple H pay-per-view.
I thought it was like 6 or 7 usually.
I'll pull up the card in a second because they did run down the card just before the main event. That'll be the last thing.
Yeah, that was like 5 they announced. But yeah, you are right. Hunter does that. Only 5 or 6 something matches. But if they're good, they're good. That's better than like 10 or 20 matches.
I'll pull it up right after. As soon as we finish covering the rest of Raw, we'll talk about the Bash at Berlin card as it looks now, because I'm sure they'll add something on SmackDown.
They already added it now.
Yeah, I know. Did you have any more thoughts about this main event match? Per Gable hitting the angle slam on the table. Uncle Howdy paying tribute.
They actually did call it too. They actually called it the angle slam.
They called it the Olympic slam. I was like, damn. But you could have called it. It's okay. Anyway, what's that?
The part I was excited about was like, it wasn't just like all Uncle Howdy being superstitious or, supernatural. He actually had some back and forth with Chad, so that was really good to see.
He did. He moved around very well. I also it just kind of felt like I just kind of felt the presence of Bray from that entrance. His things, his Bo's mannerisms in the ring. It just felt like a good successor to what was going on with Bray.
Did you hear the slight tribute that Bo did tonight, or Uncle Howdy?
I did with the Brody Lee, Luke Harper. Yeah, right into the camera.
Not that one.
Which one is that?
The glove he was wearing.
I don't think I noticed.
His glove has, I think, hate, like Bray he was wearing.
Oh, cool. Oh, well, that's awesome. That's actually awesome.
So,
but if that's everything for the main event, then I guess we'll whip it back up on to the beginning of the show.
Let's go.
WWE Raw opens with a Judgment Day, like old times. They come out here. They welcome
Uncle Carlito.
The Judgment Day and Uncle Carlito. He's so funny in this group, and I love him there. It's just like, fine, he got accepted and he's here now. If you look at this out of context, you're like, what the fuck is Carlito doing here? But they look great. They come out.
All the same height now.
They look.
I have to say that.
Liv Morgan uses the "All Rise," that old Damian Priest line, "All Rise," and they basically taunt Rhea and Damian Priest for whipping their ass last week. They announced that Dominic is going to be in the tournament for the Intercontinental Championship, so he'll be in a triple threat match next week.
The only way I could see him winning is like Liv costing somebody the match.
She will, because she's his mommy now, not Rhea. So Rey Mysterio comes out with the LWO. No Zelina Vega, even though she comes out later on tonight.
No side plates.
What about a hole? I'm sure these guys have side plates. They're just covering them with the jackets. But basically, they talk shit. He tells Dom his mustache is stupid. At least when he was Rhea, one of them had some balls. A brawl breaks out, and that leads us to our next match, a 4-on-4, a rare full-on faction versus faction. Instead of like a 3-on-3 with one guy standing outside, it's like full every member of the faction in the ring and fighting each other. LWO versus the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day wins after Liv Morgan pulls Dom away from Rey Mysterio's frog splash, allowing Dominic to roll his ass up. Yeah. And this is where I was like, well, where the fuck was Zelina Vega? Because she's here.
Yeah. So
why wasn't she here? But it's fine. I guess she was doing her hair or something, stuck in the makeup chair. It'll be easy, something easy to make up, I'm sure. Cool little spot in the middle of the match. Very cool camera work. Wrong one. But yeah, this was cool. It was actually a fun little match. They were cooking.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I'm glad when they actually do go right into matches on the show sometimes, or they alternate. Like 1 week they'll do a promo, and then 1 week they'll do a match. And then, like you said, it was cool to see a 4v4 all faction, and not like, oh, just these 3 out of the 5 people or these 4. And then I do agree with you. Yeah, where the hell was Selena? Because this would have been the time to bring her up and have it be, I guess, maybe V5, wouldn't it not? Yeah.
Yeah, it would.
5. So, again, where the hell was she? And then, of course, yeah, I just happened to get up to go to the other room to grab some food. I come back, and I just see Rey flying through the air, missing a spot, and lo and behold, look who wins. So, yeah. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out on Sunday. I'm excited. Sorry, Saturday. I'm excited to see how it's going to go with the whole mixed tag match, especially considering it's Dom and Liv versus Damian and Rhea.
It is. It's going to be interesting. I can't wait to check that out. But this match gets followed up by Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley coming out to save the LWO from getting their ass handed to them by the Judgment Day. A funny little thing here where Liv Morgan just can never get away.
So she gets away, but somehow Rhea just like kicks it in the high.
She's much faster. She's much faster than Liv Morgan.
Did you? This is gonna sound kind of weird. Did you notice they're wearing different shirts? Like they're each other's shirts.
They're wearing each other's shirts. Yeah, that's very cool. Yeah, I did notice that.
I saw the back of Damian's, and I'm like, what's that mean? And then when they turned around, I was like, oh, duh. That's really cool, like you said. Yeah,
I like them together like this. It's very cool.
He seems, dare I say, almost more threatening now as himself with Rhea. Would you think?
They do. They both do. They seem like monsters. They can.
Well, she's always seemed that way, but like now he seems like an actual like I gotta go.
Like the crowd loves them. When that Rhea music hit, they lost their shit.
The best part was at the top of the ramp when they both stopped and did the pose and then sprinted.
That was awesome. I can't wait to see what they do on Saturday.
Waiting for the t-shirts to come out.
We'll see. The Terror Twins shirt. It's gonna have to be something because Terror Twins is a stupid name. They're actually calling them that. But yeah, man, very fun.
Somehow.
Entire this whole opening half hour promo match, post match, all of that. Judgment Day, very big chunk of Raw dedicated to this group.
And they did it so fluidly too, you could say.
Yeah, absolutely. You kind of couldn't tell that they were given so much time because it felt like things were moving. It didn't drag. It didn't feel like
it wasn't forced.
No, not at all. So
thank you, Hunter.
We follow that match up with a promo backstage. The Miz is complaining about Bronson Reed. Surprise. And Bronson walks up to Miz and he's like, dog, you're the one who came up to me. You're looking for me because I beat up R-Truth. R-Truth is looking for me because I beat up Seth Rollins. And now you went and got Braun Strowman involved in this shit. So I don't care how many people I have to go through. I'm gonna destroy all of you. And I just was like, damn, that's so logical. That's so how could you disagree with this man?
The one thing they do need to do, only because it sounds kind of cheesy, is drop the part of his name called Big.
I don't like that their little cat nicknames are so plain
generic
and cheesy, generic. Big Bronson Reed, like Braun, like he's like a kaiju, Braun, King Braun, like King Kong, or like I don't know, King Bronson Reed. Just let him come up with his own shit. But
a handful of names because
Bronzilla. I don't fucking know. It's a lot better than Big Bronson Reed. But I really
give him a mouthpiece to walk with him. Even
I don't think he needs a mouthpiece. I really like this. What he did here with the Miz. It made me feel like we should give this guy some more time to talk and put his story together like that.
I think for like a couple weeks, and no, I'm not seeing this as like a dick move. I'm saying this as an honest move. Let Bronson just float around, like taunt people, like how like Ludwig was doing it, and then like in a week or so, give him a match and just destroy somebody completely. I'll give him 2-on-1 match.
That's essentially what he's doing right now. Pretty much. Logan James says WWE great answering on AEW All In last night. I don't know. I'm not sure if if that is that actually what happened tonight, but you know.
Nah.
No. But anyway, we followed that up with a match between Damage Control and the Pure Fusion Collection, the PFC.
Oh man, that name.
I was really disappointed for these girls because the crowd was.
I hated that
silent.
pose she did.
That was her selling her ass. It hurts.
It literally looked like she was still like stuck in that exact spot. I was not liking it.
That's me. That's me with a Charlie horse. 3 a.m. Anyway,
3 a.m. No, I felt
these girls are so good. Like, they're at the top of their game. They're two of the best wrestlers in the entire fucking company. To be playing around with this bullshit and second hand to this feud with Zelina Vega and Damage Control. I mean, Zelina Vega and PFC, the stud line.
The one thing that does kind of bug me is every time there's a match with PFC, Sonya just has to get involved, and it's not even subtly. Like, she has to like run right into the ring almost and like stop something. It's like
it is what it is.
Competitive, but I guess
they're heels. They do what they do. They're bad guys. Wrong heel group. Anyway. Zelina Vega returns, as we mentioned earlier.
Pop.
No pop, because nobody cares. Nobody cared about this match.
They're just like, oh, cool. That girl from Twitch.
Michael Walters says, not gonna lie, the Uncle Howdy stuff isn't working for me. Just let it rest. Fortunately, if that's what you honestly want, it's never gonna come. I would say move on from that mindset, my friend.
It'll be here for a bit.
It will, because it's working. If whether people like it or not, I would say objectively it's working.
It's the weird that I've been waiting for in this company, so I'm like, let them cook. I'll wait. I'll take my time.
Yeah, people are liking it. So,
especially the the 6-man tag match they had the first time.
6-man was great, actually. They were cooking
so good. They were cooking hard.
So we followed that up with Drew McIntyre coming out to the ring, and he sits down and he mocks CM Punk's promo beat for beat.
You know what he didn't do was his usual line where it's like, say CM Punk, you feel like your sister or something like that. Those lines, he hasn't done one of those in forever.
He doesn't need to. He's
a little funny though. I'm saying, like,
it's very funny, but the crowd. The crowd is chanting CM Punk, and he's like, "You're chanting that. You're just enabling this guy like a fucking out."
You know what an enabler is?
And Punk comes out and he's furious. He's steaming. He's got the whip and he's whipping everybody. He whips Drew McIntyre. He whips the security guards. He does some.
He start whipping people, like actual like randos, or like
he's unhinged. So he'll be suspended, or not suspended. He'll be fined. But this Saturday it'll be CM Punk and Drew McIntyre in a strap match.
I'm gonna sound like a total idiot, but this is for a good reason. Did I miss the rules, or did I miss the rules of what that match is going to be? Like,
no, it's a strap match. So basically, they're strapped to each other. They have to knock each other out, and then touch each corner of the ring. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to do it in succession. So if you 1, 2, 3, and he pulls your ass back and beats your ass, it doesn't count. You got to start over. It's be 1, 2, 3, 4.
No 1, 2 break 3, 4.
No, it doesn't work that way. No. So Michael responded to us from earlier about the Wyatt 6, and he says, "But aren't they going for realistic storytelling?" I don't think the WWE is interested in entirely realistic storytelling. A little bit more realistic presentation, meaning the clock, and that they kind of follow the way the show is presented, like an actual legitimate sporting event, and then these weirdos take over. Like, that's the whole gimmick, like it's supposed to be a realistic style company, is a realistic style event, and then these weirdos are fucking it up because they're the Wyatt 6. What are they doing? That's the variety. You need the structure of normalcy so that the weird can exist in it and stick out.
I feel like if a certain other person was still in charge, this storyline would go way too far into the supernatural. Like, way too far.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right now,
they're gone, gone.
Right now, this is hugging both sides of the spectrum. Like, it's giving you a little bit of spooky, but it's also giving you like realism.
100%. I'm down with it. You can tell by the way Michael Cole kind of calls the matches, where it's like, it's not like this is completely, Uncle Howdy and Abby the Witch, and it's like he's calling them by their name. He's calling himself Uncle Howdy, but he's Bo Dallas.
Yeah,
exactly. But anyway, following that up, Jey Uso defeats Kofi Kingston and KARRION KROSS to I need to edit that, but to go to the finals. I was confused about how this tournament worked. I thought that this three-way was to enter the tournament.
Yeah,
but this three-way is the tournament match.
Yeah,
and
they have 2 more matches.
The finals is next week with a fatal 4-way.
Isn't I was under the impression this was going to happen at Bash. That's what my impression was the first time.
The finals are going to happen at Bash?
Well, I thought the first time, right? And then all of a sudden it was like Raw 2 weeks away. These 4 men are going to be fighting for the spot. I was like, oh, yeah, okay.
Next week we'll get 2 more tournament matches, and then the week after that we'll get the finals.
Yeah.
But Jey Uso taking advantage of Kofi and KARRION KROSS's pre-existing beef because they do PP.
Actually took bumps tonight.
He always does. That was just talking shit.
I know. Blocked.
pretty damn interesting match. It's funny because Rikishi was like, "Oh, they're not doing enough with my son," and then they immediately, like, he was already planned to enter this feud, or it looks like he's gonna enter a feud with Braun Strowman, or Braun Breaker. Excuse me.
Canceled.
Yeah, I know. I'm done. I'm cooked. What up, David? Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Feel free to talk with us and leave some comments in the chat.
And your opinion on things.
For sure. We appreciate that here. So, we followed that up with a promo from Randy Orton, the pure babyface Randy Orton. I think this is so... At first, it's like weird, but it's a little refreshing. It's a little interesting. I've seen Randy for his entire career, basically.
Yeah, and, that's actually.
He's been an anti-hero. He's been a heel, but he's never been this full-on babyface.
Don't forget a legend killer.
But before I move on with that, I do want to answer Michael's comment here. He says, or David. Excuse me. Says, I honestly thought they were going to have Kofi and Woods both win to further their split and set up Woods turning in that fatal 4-way. Glad they went with Jey, though. I think I would have preferred to see Kofi and Woods have to fight, but when I thought this was a normal tournament, like I didn't know this was like a 4 triple threat matches and a fatal 4-way at the end type deal. Like, interesting as it is, it's a cool concept. It's different kind of tournament. But I don't think the Kofi and Woods thing needs to be drowned with 2 other people in the match. I think it should have been a one-on-one situation.
Match.
Yeah. So it's good that they went with Jey here. But getting back to the Randy Orton thing, Randy cuts this top-tier babyface promo about how much the World Heavyweight Championship means to him. He won that world title when he was just 24. He engraved his name on it. Huh?
I could have sworn it was 23. Like when they started those promos about it, like way back, he was like, he's the 23-year-old youngest world heavyweight champion. Or did they
possibly? It might have been 23 or 24. Pretty
either
sure
way.
But the youngest world champion says he signed his first WWE contract when he was 19. He grew up in front of all of us. We've watched him be humbled over and over again. Now it's time for him to humble Gunther, start a new legacy by winning the World Heavyweight Championship and showing Gunther the meaning of the letters RKO. So, what'd you think of this promo?
Oh, you took the words out of my mouth, honestly. I'm just trying to figure out the one question that I'm pretty sure a lot of us are wondering. Is he going to take the belt at Bash? That's the one question I'm wondering about.
I don't think so. I highly doubt it, actually.
I mean, I think it's going to be a hell of a match.
It will.
I think if I had to be honest myself, I'd say it's leaning towards harder towards Gunther versus Randy. Like, don't get me wrong, it'd be so cool to see Randy get one more championship run.
Yeah, someday.
No,
it's not gonna. No way. Gunther just won the title. He's in Berlin, in front of his hometown. The show is being sold on his back, essentially. Yeah, on the fact that he's world champion. I think
that. Or go on.
No, I was gonna say I think that would be like a severe miss, a bad move.
Yeah, I was gonna say if they all of a sudden did the show in Berlin and he lost, I think he'd be so screwed for a little bit, and there'd be so many bad comments from the universe for a bit.
Yeah, I don't see that happening at all.
Just comments, nothing bad, but oh, you're a dick for making him lose the belt in Berlin, that kind of stuff. The keyboard warriors.
Well, they'd be right.
Yeah.
So I'd be okay with that. But we followed that great promo up with Bronson Reed versus Braun Strowman. Braun versus Braun. I was intrigued going into this match, but I didn't expect much. But they actually exceeded my expectations here. They kind of just brawled. And the story, I was very sports entertained, essentially. The story is that David says, does anybody feel weirded out by the prolonged babyface runs of Orton and Kevin Owens simultaneously? Thankfully, KO is about to end the streak. I see what you mean. I've been thinking about Kevin Owens too, kind of like how are they going to handle that heel turn? It does seem like he's just going to break and beat up Cody because Cody won't stop being Cody.
But that's with Kevin. He's always been the guy who's been kind of on the fence. Like, you have to be cautious with him. Like,
it's almost more
good. And then
it's almost more interesting if he doesn't, because they've done it so many times before.
Oh, you mean just have the match, shake his hand, and leave?
And just I don't know how. You can probably do it a little more interesting than that. But
you know what I mean, just a straightforward finish kind of thing. Like, here's the match, here's the ending.
Possibly. If you, I would probably cook it for a little longer. But we did getting back to the Braun Strowman versus Bronson Reed thing. They did exceed my expectations. I enjoyed what I saw here.
When did it become no DQ?
It wasn't. So what happened was they fought each other. They fought each other, brawled each other out of the ring, up the ramp. They stopped caring that there was a wrestling match going on. Essentially, they either got counted out or no or double DQ, or just the match was thrown out entirely. They brawled to the back, to the parking lot. They brawled through the gorilla. They brawled through multiple security guards, destroyed them, and then ended up back in the parking lot where actually at first Bronson Reed chokeslammed Braun. Chokeslam. I'm sorry. There's too many fucking Brauns. Braun Strowman chokeslammed Reed onto the hood. Reed gets up, slams his ass onto the roof, splashes him. Here comes the Pain style shit.
Yeah.
Straight through the roof of that car. Or not through it, but it busted out the glass from the sides. I thought that was an excellent visual. I thought that was an excellent scene.
Even the light blew up.
The lights blew up. I thought that was so ridiculous. That's what made it for me. It was so stupid. The little electricity. What would that even come from? Get out of here.
My favorite was at the end of the whole thing, once Strowman got murdered, basically, you just see Adam Pearce come out of nowhere and start calling people over at the last second.
It was too late. What have you even done, Adam? You fucking
you
suck.
in the back office drinking or what?
You fucking sucks as a general manager. It's the best. Anyway, Braun Strowman needs medical attention, but Bronson Reed just gets up and he's like, I don't give a fuck.
We gotta go find him.
Walks away. Somebody should go find him and make sure he doesn't go take a nap.
Did you hear? I think it was Corey Graves said something like, "We need to get some tranquilizers in here," something like that.
That's really good.
So I was like, that's the most ridiculous shit ever. I like it. Hopefully, Corey does well going forward until whatever happens for announcers.
Yeah, that's actually really sad how they did Corey, but we'll see. Pete Dunne defeats The Miz and Xavier Woods to enter, or I fucked that up again. You see that? Or to enter the Intercontinental title tournament finals.
That's a lot to say. Holy crap.
It is.
So, the ending went how it went. Pete Dunne stole the victory.
Got out of guy.
Oh yeah, no, it's fine. My question to you is, out of the two of these matches, which did you like better? This one or the last one? You too?
This one was a lot better than the first one, and particularly because of Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods was showing out.
I was excited that both sides all three guys were actually going. It wasn't just one guy showing off. It was everyone had their time to shine in this.
I think the other guys did fine, but I'm not used to seeing Xavier Woods do this much on his own ever since, I guess it's been like 4 years since the King of the Ring tournament where they actually gave him that, right? Where they actually gave him that win, and then just like specifically so that Roman Reigns can have the visual of himself wearing a crown that says WWE on it and then destroy it.
Gotta love those moments.
So good.
Did they announce before the show went off who the next 6 are for the final, the match? Wow, the matches, right? I believe. I think they announced one of them. Or did they both do both of them? I can't remember.
They did. Let me pull that up real fast. I have it.
I know one of them off the top of my head loosely. I think it's like Ilya, Dragon Lee, and Dom, I think.
It might
and then
be.
The other one it's Bronson, Reed. Oh.
It's Sheamus, Bronson Reed, and Ludwig Kaiser, the first one.
Okay.
And then Ilya Dragunov, Dragon Lee, and Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
They should do Ludwig and Dom. Would that be weird?
No, I kind of see. I see Dom winning his, and I feel like Bronson Reed is probably gonna get taken out by like Braun Strowman or something like that. I'm not sure.
So it'll become Ludwig and Sheamus.
Yeah.
And then Pete Dunne will come out of nowhere and cost Sheamus. Yeah,
and then we get Ludwig. Ludwig probably seems. Yeah, you're right about that. Ludwig and Dominic seems like what we'll be doing here.
Chat, if that happens next week, you heard it here first.
You did straight up called it. David says
lottery numbers.
David says he's happy to see Pete Dunne being used a little more credibly as of late. Would like to see the NXT UK Bruiserweight return. Absolutely.
Those shots he did before in NXT UK era, I heard some of them. Those sounded brutal. So please.
Man, early Pete Dunne was one of my favorite upcoming wrestlers, and then I felt like all his momentum stalled, and hopefully he'll start getting some of that back.
Do you remember when he debuted under Kurt Angle's Raw in the UK, and he had to verse like Enzo Amore? Do you remember that?
Yeah,
that was such
awesome.
a wicked entrance because like the crowd went nuts.
That was awesome. We'll see though. Maybe he'll get back on track.
I could see it. He's got lots of time still. I could see it.
So we follow that up with a beautiful Psycho Sid video.
Mm-hmm.
Basically a tribute, as WWE always does, these great videos.
Better, that's for sure.
Production company is sick. Speaking of great videos, I don't have a graphic for it, but they get this little promo for Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest. So Rhea Ripley speaks Spanish at the end.
How good Spanish is.
That was funny. I like that, but particularly I just like the style of this little video promo with the music in the background and the clips overlaid. It felt so much more interesting than watching like the old way they would have done this, where they just like stand in front of the camera and scream at it, like, and then she tries to speak Spanish at the end. Like if we had done the same exact promo with no music, no videos, no nothing, I don't know if it would have worked the same.
It would have worked, but we would have been laughing probably.
Yeah, look, I would have probably laughed at Rhea Ripley's attempt at Spanish, but I think it came off really cool here. I think they came off really menacing.
And it goes back to the first point, the production. Thank you, whoever's doing it. You're getting your full credit.
Thank you, not Kevin Dunn people. You're the best.
They did the quick zooms and the camera shakes, still are missing. Please no.
That's WWE Raw. At the end of the show there, they ran over the Bash at Berlin card. Woo! So far. What we have is
adding one more match and then one more on the pre-show. So my guess is.
So far, we have the United States Championship match. It's an open challenge. LA Knight.
I didn't mention that. Huh.
Versus whoever.
Please no Logan Paul. Please.
WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. This is off CBS Sports, if anybody's asking. So I don't know. I didn't hear about that open challenge match, but
I didn't either.
Maybe I missed something. WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, the Unholy Union, Alba Fire, and Isla Dawn versus Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill.
I'm
What do you think?
I'm thinking they might keep it because if they get the win on over there, it might be a bigger deal. But that's just, I guess.
Possibly. I think that giving Bianca and Jade the belts back is like a step backwards. Like, we should have moved on from this already. Like, why? If we give it back to them, why did we take it from them in the first place?
That's what I was gonna say. It's like, what do we get out of giving it back? They get a bunch of hype for 24 hours or so, and that's it.
Yeah, that's a waste.
So, I'm gonna go full send with the Unholy Union. Honestly,
Unholy Union as well. I agree with that. CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre strap match.
I'm just gonna say it properly. I just want to see them beat the shit out of each other. That's it.
I do.
I don't even care who wins. I just want to see them go for it. Here's 20 minutes.
I'd like to see Drew screw CM Punk one more time so that Hell in a Cell really has Punk chasing him.
Where would that be, though? Survivor Series?
No, next month. Bad Blood.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's right. Oh, my. And then what else we got? The tag match.
Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley versus Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan.
I honestly want to say somehow Liv and Dom win because of extreme interference.
Yeah,
but
that makes sense.
That's the only way I can see it win. I mean, give them some more hype, some more build, I guess, and then maybe we'll pull the trigger and have a Bad Blood match at Bad Blood.
Yeah, because I don't think these feuds are done yet. And if Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley beat Dominic and Liv here, why would they need to fight them again?
It'd be cool, but it wouldn't be worth it. That's how I'm looking at it.
We have the undisputed WWE Championship, Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens.
I'm on the fence, in all honesty.
Like, you don't know who's gonna win?
Well, I mean, like, we can take the easy route and go, oh my God, Cody, let's get Cody. But then Kevin's been putting in a lot of work, so it's like
his contract is coming up too. But we'll see. Cody Rhodes is probably going to retain the WWE Championship, though. There's no, for sure.
He's he's the biggest babyface in the company. So it's like, if he loses, what do we get out of it?
And then we finish off with the World Heavyweight Championship, Gunther versus Randy Orton. This is gonna be really good. I thought their Bash at Berlin match was good, and I didn't like the ending. But this essentially should be that plus more. So I'm down.
Give them like half an hour, let them go for it.
Cook for me, gentlemen.
I could see it going really well.
David says this pay-per-view needs to be where Jay turns on Bianca finally. I think so. I think that's the only way to move forward from here.
This is my thing on this whole situation is like with Unholy Union, they have Blair Davenport finally being used. So do Jade and Bianca have somebody as a third, I wonder?
It's Naomi.
Oh, yeah.
Naomi. Yes, it is.
Okay.
But yeah, man, that's the Bash at Berlin card. That was WWE Monday Night Raw. Now it's time to talk about our jobber of the night.
Ooh.
Jobber of the night. So, who did you have as your jobber of the night? Powered by comicbookclick.com. Check out the Dirt Sheet Radio section of the website. Check out Major Issues, the comic book podcast, comic book media, all types of films, movies, TV shows, animated shows, all that shit. Comicbookclick.com.
You know, you made a good point earlier about this, and I actually thought about it while you were talking, and I agree with you.
I tried.
Damage control.
Yeah.
Like, they could be doing maybe they're stalling until Asuka's back, but this PFC needs to go away on their own thing, and these girls need to go and, like I said, get Asuka back. Hell, maybe go for another Japan venture. They did really well over there, and thank you to Hunter for letting that happen. So,
yeah. We'll see about that. I think following your lead there, I'm actually going to nominate all 4 girls in this tag team match. The Pure Fusion Collective and Damage Control. Unfortunately, I don't know if it's probably Pure Fusion Collective's fault more than Damage Control's fault, but this crowd just gave them nothing. Gave them not a peep, not a sound.
It was like, that's it.
David says, "Isn't JD McDonough the jobber of the night every night?" Essentially, but he does his job very well, so you can't really hate on that.
Yeah, he's a Roblox character.
He is a very good Roblox character. But yeah, man, those are our jobber of the nights, and now it is time for. Oh, excuse me, I have to remove your comments. Or now it's time for our megastar.
Oh,
megastar
ooh,
of the night.
I'll let you go first on this one.
My megastar of the night is going to be pretty easy. Actually, it's going to be Randy Orton.
Oh,
after
you
that
didn't
damn
feel what I thought you were gonna say.
No. Randy killed that, man. It was so cool seeing him as a pure babyface here, and he just absolutely nailed the promo. Like the whole thing, coming down the ramp, signing the autograph for the kid, waiting and patiently getting the other marker out, and then going to the ring and cutting this whole fucking promo. If that kid was a plant, I would not be surprised. That's how perfect. That's how perfectly babyface this all was. Randy Orton is my megastar of the night for sure.
I'm actually gonna take a different route. I'm not gonna say Orton though. I'm gonna say the three guys in the second triple threat, because like I said earlier, they all shined really well, and it wasn't just like, oh, it's this one guy only. No, they all had their moment. They all got their spots. Whether it was Xavier's, I guess you could say, awkward elbow because he had to like land across the ring, or it was Pete Dunne stealing the finish and getting the pin and booking it out of the ring and smiling about it. Yeah, it was a solid triple threat on a Monday night show. So kudos to those three gentlemen. Thank you.
Kudos, 100%. So, did you have fun with us tonight? If you did, you're in luck. We're always on here at Dirt Sheet Radio. We are always on. We're always talking about pro wrestling. Mondays after Raw. Clearly, you just joined us. But tomorrow night, Tuesday after NXT, Wednesday after Dynamite, Thursday after Impact, Friday after SmackDown, Sundays after NXT Level Up. This Saturday we'll be on after WWE Bad Blood, and on Sundays you can always catch the 3NT boys talking about pro wrestling on the Dirt Sheet Radio platform. And every Thursday night and Thursday morning, you can catch the boys from the Dirt Sheet Radio flagship podcast. Myself, Nick LaRocco, Greg Thomas. We're talking about the last 7 days in pro wrestling news and rumors. Every single Thursday night, you can stay up with us if you work. You're a sicko like us. Or Thursday mornings on your drive to work, you can listen to us. We're on demand. But yeah, that's us. That was very fun this week, Caesar.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Sped right by. But thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow night for WWE NXT Bullshit Rewind.
Let's go.